Dear students, I am Dr. Basavaraj Yanaki, Associate Professor of History, Government Freshers College, Dandeli, Uttar Kannada District. The present presentation is on Robert Clive, his dual government introduced in Bengal and its effect. This is for BA 5th semester of Indian History, Paper 1, affiliated to Karnataka University, Dharwad. Now let us see what is settlement of Bengal or dual government. Robert Clive signed for a separate treaty with the Nawab of Bengal, Nizamud-Dowla. The main terms were the Nawab granted the right of Diwani of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa to the company in return of annual payment of Rs 26 lakhs. Nizamud-Dowla was allowed to succeed as Nawab of Bengal after the death of his father Mir Jafar on the condition to surrender the Nizamat functions to the company and civil administration to the care of the Subadar appointed by the company. In return, company agreed to pay to Nawab Rs 53 lakhs for the maintenance. The company also granted the emperor an annual pension of Rs 26 lakhs. For the administration of Diwani system, the company appointed two deputy Diwans, Muhammad Reza Khan for Bengal and Raja Sita Bai for Bihar. Thus, the company acquired Diwani functions from the emperor and Nizamat functions from the Subadar of Bengal. This is known as dual system or the double government in Bengal or diarchy. Thus, Robert Clive took the real power of Bengal and looked after the administration by the Nawab of Bengal. In this system, the real power lies with the East India Company and administration with the Nawab of Bengal. During the Mughal period, Subadar looked after the Nizamat functions and Diwan looked after Diwani functions. After 1707, these two posts were abolished due to weak rule. After acquiring these departments, the company appointed two deputy Diwans, namely Muhammad Reza Khan for Bengal and Raja Sita Bai for Bihar. Thus, the administration was carried on with the Indian officers, but the real power was in the hands of the Britishers. Here, let us see the meaning of what is Diwani and what is Nizamat. Diwani means looking after the collection of land revenue, finance department, and civil justice of the Bengal province. The then Bengal province included the present Bihar, Orissa, and Bengal. Nizamat means looking after the defense, police, and administration of the criminal justice of the Bengal province. Hence, it is known as Diwani and Nizamat. Let us see what was the justification of Clive of dual government. Clive by nature was an ambitious man. Hence, whatever policy he introduced, it was good according to him. Hence, he justified the dual government in the following way. The company succeeded in uniting the Indian kings against them. The trading company revealed its true color of imperialism in India. It was a direct warning to the other European powers like French, Dutch, Portuguese. It was a direct warning to the other European powers like French, Dutch, Portuguese that British is the true master of India. This created a team of enemies in Europe among European countries, which resulted in the American War of Independence. It created job opportunities for the company, which it required to carry all the trade and administrative works in India. The court of directors opposed this move of Robert Clive because they were more interested in trade and commerce rather than the territorial acquisition. The expansion of territory in India forced the British Parliament to interfere in the internal administration. At the same time, the famine of 1770 worst affected the people of Bengal. Let us see the evil effects of the dual system. Number one, breakdown of administration. Corruption, dishonesty, looting the common people were common during those days. The governor and members of his council could not maintain good administration, and ultimately it was great setback to the smooth functioning of the government by the company. Second effect is that is decline of agriculture. Due to heavy collection of land revenue from the farmers, agriculture was not a profitable business to the Indian farmers. Hence, farmers left the cultivation and migrated towards urban centers. This is because they imposed heavy revenue upon the production of the agriculture. The third one is disruption of trade and commerce. The production of agriculture was decreased very much, which was directly affected the trade and commerce in Bengal. The Farman of 1717, issued by Farrukh Shiar, the Mughal emperor, to the company, had been granted the privilege of trading duty-free trade in Bengal. The company's merchants monopolized the internal trade of Bengal. Hence, the native merchants, laborers, and transportation workers lost their daily wages. The next important effect is that is decline of industry and skill. Small scale industries were the backbone of the country before the advent of the British to India. Large scale import of finished goods, which were generally superior in quality, attracted the customers who neglected the native production. Thus, the long-time skilled workers became jobless and created unequal distribution of employment among them. There was a sudden decline of industries. This created unemployment among Indians in the field of transportation, unskilled workers and skilled workers. Let us see the another effect is of moral degradation. This was the another effect of that dual government. The dual government really degraded the morality of the peasant community. Nearly 89% of the land production was collected as land revenue from the farmers. They retained only 11%, which was they retained only 11%, which was insufficient to meet their daily demands. Hence, they thought of to leave the practice of agriculture. It was never a profitable occupation for the large section of the society. Hence, the production of the agriculture was collapsed in India. Improvement in private trade. This was the another effect of dual government. During this period, Robert Clive engaged a large number of company servants in private trade. They did not pay any tax to the company, hence there was a huge loss from this trade. As the servants involved in private trade, they were more interested in trade rather than their involvement in administration. Thus, the administrative machinery was also collapsed due to the dual government. So, these are the important effects of dual government of India introduced by Robert Clive in Bengal. So, these are the effects of dual government introduced by Robert Clive in Bengal. This is how the Indian economy was collapsed during the period of Robert Clive.